Hello and welcome to the Cyberware Mod Spotlight. So what you just saw there was actually one of the augments that you can get from Cyberware from the extension, more augments, wired more augments. This is a pretty cool mod. Basically what happens is you have a load of zombies. These are the cyber zombies. There's a certain chance of these guys spawning in place of normal zombies. And as you can see, they may drop some stuff. So we can see got some salvaged cyber eyes, and there's various different salvage stuff you can get. These are what we currently got in human eyes, so we'll get rid of those. What you want to do is, the first thing you want to do is you have to make, you can make a couple of things. These are all from basic materials. I won't go through the recipes here, but you can basically make, this is like a scanner. You put some paper and you've got a chance of getting a blueprint out of this. This is quite a slow thing to work though. So the thing that you really want to make at the beginning is the engineering table. Pretty simple recipe. Blueprint library, again, is a pretty simple recipe. And you also want to have the, I think it was there actually, but yeah, you also want the component box. That does need some chrome plating. It needs anything actually. So how do you get any of this stuff? Well, the answer is to go into the engineering table. So say we just got those salvaged cyber eyes. What we can see is they've got a 15% chance for a blueprint. So all we can do is basically anything that's salvaged here, we can just shift click to get that out. Okay, we actually got a blueprint, so Metabolic Generator blueprint. We can put that in here, and if we look at it, we can see what it requires: 3 bioreactors, 1 solid state circuitry, 1 microelectric cells. So you can see we're actually pretty close to actually getting that. 3. In fact, do I have it? Solid state. No, I don't think I got the solid. Oh, I did, didn't I? So we can do that, and then was it? It was the. And then we can get a metabolic generator. That actually worked out very nicely. So yeah, this is the process, because what you want to do is you don't want to have the salvage stuff in your actual in your gear. Basically, that is not good. So this one is going to use calories to produce energy. And this is what you do basically. You salvage all your stuff. Really, you should use this. You put the component box and the blueprint. You'd put the blueprints over here, and then you can gradually make things which are what you need. So you transfer it from the salvage goods, salvage products, or whatever you want to call it, from you actually get from the zombies, and then you put it into your sort of your power stuff. Now what you have to do is you have to make this structure here. This is the surgery chamber, which kind of is made of iron. This is the robo-surgeon, which see, low tolerance, it's going to say will cause rejection. I think you need some of this these anti-rejection stuff, which is handy. But anyway, the point is, right, is that inside here, so for instance, let's look at what we've got here. So I've put in various things which all I quite like. The first thing you want to do, so you can get the cyber eyes. So say we went through that process, we've got the cyber eyes. Then we might want to get the HUD jack, and that allows the HUD to be displayed. So then I've got a few things here. So for instance, let's just look at some of the things I've got. You can notice that they've got a border around the animals. Another thing I've got, if we open the HUD, we can see we've got various different things. What you saw at the beginning was this, if we just take a look, was this guy, the Kinetic Dampener from more augments. This actually stops projectiles, so that's pretty cool. And various different things. This is the fine manipulators, which is a hand augment. This creates a 3x3 crafting grid. Then we've got other things. So for instance, so I've actually put that metabolic generator, it's already in here. So capacitor is obviously for storage. You may want to have a good thing to do is to place this guy underneath, which is the this guy, the Cyberware charger. That just gives you a bit more power. So you can see I'm a bit low on power. I just step in here, and my power just is going to go up. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so there's just various different things. Like I said, I'm only just showing like a few of the upgrades. So we can see, like on the eyes, for instance, the targeting highlights nearby creatures. That's why they've all got the spectral border around them. Requires the cyber eyes and the HUD jack. So I couldn't actually install those until I had those things. The liquid refraction calibrator, see underwater, see in the dark, and zoom in on distant objects. Okay. So and the important thing to realise is that this bar on the left-hand side says 18 out of 100. That is your tolerance. So you could use salvage parts, but I found salvage parts really, especially if you try and use salvage cyber eyes, not a good idea. Yeah, it's just not a good idea. But you can see we've got the night vision here. So let's just look at that very briefly. So you see it's dark. You can see the night vision, and if we go into a nice pool, we can see the effects of that as well. Nice viewing. I think it's even better. Maybe it's compounded by the night vision, but anyway, so that's good. And then there's there's also this menu, so you can see that you can basically set everything to different hotkeys. You can just click on it, and it will go. It'll flash a bit, and then I can just put yeah. So I just set it to G. So if I wanted to zoom in to the moon. Pretty cool. And yeah, there's just lots of like different augments and stuff that you can put on, and you just want to go in here. You constantly just salvage the stuff. So for instance, we need this chrome plating, just all the salvage gear you get. Have I got anything else salvaged? Probably got some more in the chest, haven't I? All this kind of gear. Just go straight in the engineering table, and yeah, marrow battery. Got a blueprint for that. So you see, I've already got enough in there. So you can pretty quickly generate a load of stuff. Storage. So I wonder if that's used. Yeah, that's used to make the component box. Yeah. So yeah, so there's various things as well that are used for the other items. So it's all pretty cool. And then yeah, this thing is pretty slow, I've got to say. It's still not done. And yeah, you can see that because my thing is low, I do need to take some more of this stuff. So that should be good. But yeah, I mean, there's just like a range of different low tolerance. Yeah, there's just a range of different things you can put in. Like, for instance, I think I should be able to. Can I break the cobble? I'm not sure. I think that one of them is to actually break cobble with your hand and stuff. Let's just look through the. Just briefly look through some of the stuff. There's the radio beacon. Is there? Yeah, you can put this one as well. So you've got the cranial broadcaster, and there's also the radio tower thing. What was it? Something like this. You basically just do it like this, and you build it up, and it becomes. It becomes a beacon to. Let's not do that. Yeah, it just, and you put the beacon on top. You just do like 4 layers of 3x3. The one, all made out of this stuff. The radio tower components, which again use the stuff that we've already looked at. The beacon, again using some of the salvage parts, and that goes on top. So basically, just loads of these guys and then one beacon on top, and that will increase the rate of cyber zombie spawns. And yeah, I think I mean, there's lots of different augments and stuff. But I think like the ones I show were the ones that are sort of my favourites, I guess. You know, just have a decent amount of power, storage, and yeah, and there's different things. These are to do with movement, the extra movement, the leg ones, and there is this thing, so like the epidermis, the dermis, the subcutaneous fat, or whatever. Actually, it's bones at the bottom, but that is the way that skin actually is. But yeah, there's various muscles and stuff. Yeah, so the wide reflexes are an interesting one. Some of these ones are quite interesting as well. But yeah, like that's interesting that works like that. Yeah, and so you just really want to try to make a lot of this stuff. If they say manufacturers, like I say, lower tolerance cost, and yeah, linear action, like shift jump. So some of these, a lot of the leg ones obviously have to do with jumping and stuff, and speed increases. Resistance to poison is in there. The ender jammer is an interesting one. It can block ender teleportation. Keeping XP. That one's like keeps all your tools depending on what you're breaking. Dodge attacks. Like I say, the cranial broadcaster saves XP. So there's some which you can sort of compound the effects to get some pretty interesting stuff. And yeah, and then there's just like solar skin, various things for power, liver, no negative effects. So with that one you could eat rotten flesh the whole time, never get poisoned, stuff like that. Additional speed while sprinting, again, install up to 3, so various, like speed 1, speed 2, speed 3, all that stuff. And the other one, so the cybernetic brain will increase the experience from XP orbs, that's a pretty nice one. Increase physically consumed food, so I guess more saturation. Negate full damage, grant invisibility. This is the one I've got at the moment that I showed. If you're nutrients, and that seems to be just deconstructing. I think I've seen a salvaged version of that actually in my normal series. So yeah, pretty cool stuff you can get. Swim faster as well for that one. So yeah, and you just, like I say, it really is just a case of just putting it in here, just putting all your salvage stuff in here, and just seeing what you get. See if you can get any blueprints out from all that stuff. Probably got too much in here. Yeah, it seems to get a lot of the bioreactors, which is cool. And that, I guess, is the aquatic propulsion. Yeah, it's not like the best drop for. I think it's always a 15% chance drop. Maybe there's a way to increase that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that will do it for now anyway. So until next time, thanks for watching.